So it's finally here, and myself alongside the rest of the solar PV team were super excited because we received the microinverters from Enphase. Now you may or may not be familiar with microinverters, but for us we feel is actually going to be the future for solar PV installations. Now this isn't brand new technology, by the way. I mean, this has been around for a good while. More popular, I'd say, probably in the US, where they basically are manufactured and where this whole company was founded. But they're now encroaching more into the European market. I think the UK is one of the last ones, just because there are so many more legislations and our electrical distribution is slightly different to Europe and the US. But anyway, the microinverter, what's the difference? Well, each panel has a microinverter attached. So essentially each panel has its own inverter, so however many panels you have depends on how many inverters you have. But the good thing about it is that the generation time starts earlier in the day. So at lower light, the amount of energy that is used from a microinverter point of view to basically start up and start to offset some of that energy from the solar panels back into your electrical distribution for the property, so your AC supply, is far lower. So, you know, at earlier times of the morning, it will start to generate electricity, and slightly later on in the day as well. So the efficiency means that you can generate anything between 8 to 15% more generation for using microinverters. No brainer. The other thing is as well that these will optimize. So they're an inverter and an optimizer all in the same key. So if you've got an underperforming panel, it doesn't offset against the rest of the solar array. Monitoring and data all goes through the Enphase IQ gateway. So this is, well, they call it an envoy. So essentially this is the brains of the whole system, and this will talk wirelessly to each inverter, where we can then monitor it on our apps, and we can see what generation is being pulled, which performances are, which panels are performing better than others. If there's any situations, any problems, any shading, we can see all of that information live. I think it refreshes almost every 15 minutes. So we can get really good data, really good monitoring throughout the whole day if you want to. You can watch the whole thing. If you're sad like us, you probably will. So that then also takes into consideration, well, the conversion on these come from the roof itself in AC as opposed to DC. And anyone that knows anything about solar panels, well, your DC currents will come from each panel. Usually you've got them set in a string, in a series, so the voltage is coming back through the property to the location of the traditional inverter, your hybrid inverter, if it's attached to a battery storage system. These cables can have up to 600, 700, 800 volts running through them. So they've got to be protected, obviously. But you know, if someone was to somehow, you know, attach themselves to a live conductor, for instance, you know, it could be devastating. You know, if for any reason or another these conductors are exposed and they're close enough to each other, you can get arcing, and arcing can cause fire. So with this, the fire safety aspect of this is second to none as well, particularly for PV installations and PV panels. The other bonus as well, which I'll talk about, is the warranties. So this will have a 25-year warranty in comparison to your traditional inverter, which may have up to, I don't know, 10, possibly 12 years. And the lifespan of your inverter is usually something between 10 to 12 years as well. So the likelihood is, and the time of this lifetime of this microinverter operating on the roof with your panel generating electricity, you are likely to have to change the inverter at least once, if not twice, in the same lifetime. So what you pay for now, and these individually, once you put everything together, will be slightly more expensive as an installation, but you'll save money in the long term because you won't need to worry about changing components quite so often. And the failure rate on these is far lower as well. So we're talking about 0.05% failure rate for these microinverters. So that means 1 in every 2,000 ends up being changed. So that is incredible, and that's where the 25-year life warranty on these microinverters just show you the standard in which you're looking at as far as a product goes, and the confidence the manufacturer has in this product. Great piece of kit. There are ways in which we'll wire these together, and we'll show you that in more detail when we get our hands on this for installations, and we've got a few installations coming up over the next few weeks, so we'll certainly be documenting everything about these, how they're put together, how we can monitor the system, etc, etc. But yeah, we can't wait to get involved with this. I know that Tom particularly is really infused on this one, because he's been speaking to Enphase for quite a while now. We went and saw them. They invited us over to Twickenham to have a look at their product and discuss it in more detail, and we were just sold on it, and we can see the reasons why and all the positives that come with it. Anyway, for more information, you can obviously hit us up and come over to Dory Woodman, ask us some questions, leave some comments, like and share this video, and of course hit that subscribe button. We have got a number of installations and interesting topics all about renewables, so if renewables are your thing, keep with us on our YouTube channel, and even hit that bell notification, because every time a new video comes on, you'll get notified. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys on the next one.